me tell you something, and I need you to really hear me. If you're the kind of guy who's crying over a woman not texting you back, obsessing over what she thinks and doing backflips just to get her attention, you're not just losing her, you're losing yourself. And that's the real tragedy. You've forgotten who the hell you are. You've become a ghost in your own story, chasing validation like a starving dog, begging for scraps. Now I'm not here to hold your hand or tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to drag you out of that pit of weakness, set fire to every excuse you've been hiding behind, and make you face the truth. You can attract any woman, even if she's not interested, but only if you stop being a boy and become a man. Not a nice guy, not a pushover, not a please like me doormat. A man who commands respect, who earns desire. A man who doesn't beg for a woman's attention. He makes her work for his. And I know what you're thinking, but bro, she's just not into me. Number, she's not into the version of you that's too afraid to own his power. Let's start tearing this garbage mindset apart. Here's the first truth you need to tattoo into your soul. 1. Women are not attracted to weakness. They're biologically wired to reject it. You need to understand this at a deep level. It's not personal. It's nature. It's instinct. A woman might not be consciously thinking, this guy is weak, but her body and mind will feel it. When you put her on a pedestal, when you orbit her like a satellite waiting for permission to exist, you're screaming, I'm not worthy. And guess what? She believes you. Every time you send her a 3-paragraph text trying to prove your worth, every time you let her flake and still come back hoping for a chance, every time you laugh at her jokes that aren't funny just to be nice, you're killing attraction. You're draining the very thing that could make her want you. You want a woman to be interested? Stop acting like you're beneath her. She smells that insecurity like blood in the water. And women don't chase insecurity. They run from it. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome. He had women all around him, yet he was detached, unmoved. He didn't seek approval, he gave it. He was centered, powerful, composed. That's attractive. That's magnetic. You become attractive the moment you stop giving a damn about trying to be attractive. Confidence doesn't mean loud. It means self-assured, calm, grounded. And until you become that man, every hot woman you want will continue slipping through your fingers. But here's the truth. Bomb no one wants to admit. Confidence isn't some personality trait you're born with. It's something you build. You build it by keeping promises to yourself, by doing hard things, by earning your own respect. You become unshakable when your identity isn't tied to whether or not she likes you. She's allowed to not like you. That's fine. You still move like a man who knows his value. And ironically, that's exactly when she starts paying attention. Now let's get into the second brutal truth you need to hear. 2. Attraction is not about convincing her. It's about becoming undeniable. Listen to me closely. You can't logic a woman into wanting you. You can't list your job, your car, your accomplishments, and expect her to be like, oh wow, now I'm turned on. That's not how it works. Attraction doesn't happen in the brain. It happens in the gut, in the nervous system. It's raw, it's instinctual, it's felt. So stop trying to talk your way into her heart. Start living your way into her desire. You want to be irresistible, then build a life so damn magnetic that she wants to be part of it. That's the real game. Look at Tyler Durden in Fight Club. That man didn't care what people thought. He didn't follow society's rules. He was raw, chaotic, primal, and women were drawn to that. Not because he was rich or polished, but because he was free. Now, I'm not saying go blow up buildings and live in basements, but take the principle. Women want a man who's free, who's not shackled by approval. Your mission is not to chase her, it's to chase greatness. Start hitting the gym not because she'll like your body, but because it disciplines your mind. Start building skills, leveling up your career, not to impress her, but because your standards demand it. When you live like that, women feel the difference. You walk different. You speak different. You move through the world like a man who doesn't need her, but one she'd be lucky to earn. And that's the shift. Stop trying to be chosen. Start being the one who chooses. You think women are ignoring you now? Good. Let them. Let them watch from a distance while you become the man they can't stop thinking about. When you stop chasing women and start chasing your purpose, two things happen. One, the wrong women disappear. Two, the right women appear. Because women aren't attracted to a guy who's focused on them. They're drawn to the guy who's focused on something bigger. Now you've got the first two foundational truths. And I don't care if this punches you in the ego. You need it. Stop looking for shortcuts. There's no trick, no pickup line, no magic text that'll fix a weak man. You want to attract any woman, even if she's not into you? Then stop trying to change her mind. Start changing your life. All right, let's keep the fire burning. You're here because you're done simping. You're done being invisible. You're done letting your manhood get trampled every time a woman gives you the cold shoulder. Good. Stay in that fire. Let it burn the weak version of you to ash, because now we're moving into the next level. 3, emotional control is king. Because the moment she controls your emotions, she owns you. Let me ask you a simple question. How do you act when she doesn't text back? Do you spiral into anxiety? Start typing a double text like a little boy begging for validation? Do you feel rejected, insulted, frustrated? Then she's already won. Not because she did anything, but because you handed over your emotional power like it was nothing. And here's the raw truth. If a woman can shake you emotionally, she will never respect you. She might use you, she might play with you, but respect? That's gone. Now think about the Stoics. Think about Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You could lose everything and still remain calm. Stoicism is about mastering the only thing you can truly control, yourself. So when a woman pulls back, goes cold, gives you the silent treatment, or tests you, and trust me, she will test you, your job is not to react. Your job is to remain unshaken. Not cold, not bitter, just centered, grounded, like a mountain. When she storms, you don't storm back. You don't chase. You don't try to argue or prove yourself. You just stay still. That energy, that stillness, it's powerful, it's rare, and most men don't have it. They're too busy being emotional. But you become the man who chooses his responses. The man who doesn't react, he decides. You know what that does to a woman? It makes her curious, makes her wonder what's going on in that mind of yours. It creates mystery. It creates tension. It makes her realize she's not in control, and that's when attraction begins. 4, women follow men who lead, and leadership starts with knowing where the hell you're going. Look, women aren't looking for someone to entertain them. They're looking for a direction, a mission, a life worth joining. But most of you are sitting around waiting for her to tell you what to do. What do you want to eat? What should we do this weekend? Is this okay with you? Stop it. That's not leadership. That's fear. That's you trying to avoid conflict because you don't want to upset her. But the irony? That's exactly what makes her lose interest. She doesn't want a boy who needs her to take the wheel. She wants a man who already knows where the car is going. You know what Marcus Aurelius said? Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. You lead by example. You lead by action. You don't ask for permission to live your life. You create your life, and you invite her to join. Whether she does or doesn't, that's on her. But your mission, it doesn't stop. And that mission has to be bigger than her. If your entire world revolves around impressing a woman, you've already lost her. Start building something. A business, a body, a purpose, a legacy. Know your values. Know your standards. Know what you will and won't tolerate. Because when a woman sees that you're already in motion, already creating, achieving, leading. She doesn't want to distract you. She wants to align with you. That's the key. Lead with certainty. And if you don't have that clarity yet, that's your next priority, not women. 5. Mystery creates desire, because what's obvious is never valued. Let me break your heart a little bit here. If she knows everything about you within the first 2 weeks, if you're texting her 24/7, updating her on every meal, every thought, every insecurity, if you're always available, you've killed the spark. Women don't fall for predictable men. They fall for the ones they can't quite figure out. I want you to think of James Bond. Not because he's rich or smooth, but because he's unknowable. Every move he makes is calculated. Every word, deliberate. You never fully know what he's thinking, and that's what makes him magnetic. So stop spilling your entire life story to every woman who gives you attention. Stop responding in 2 seconds. Stop posting your emotions all over social media. Be selective with what you reveal. Let her earn the pieces of you. Because the moment she feels like she has you completely figured out, the game is over. And I get it. This part is hard. Because a lot of men today confuse authenticity with emotional dumping. They think, if I tell her everything, she'll connect with me. Wrong. That's not connection. That's overexposure. Real connection happens when you show pieces of yourself that are earned. When you reveal depth slowly, over time, in the right moments. Don't fake mystery. Just stop being desperate to be known. Because here's the truth. A man who truly knows himself doesn't need the world to constantly validate him. And that man becomes irresistible. Not because he's trying to be, but because he's focused on his path, his purpose, and his power. So let the other guys send good morning texts every day. Let them post thirst traps and talk about their vulnerable feelings 24/7. You move in silence. You say less. You show up, do the work, and leave people wondering what the hell's going on in your world. That's the man women chase. You've now got 5 brutal, undeniable truths about attraction. 5 keys to becoming the man she can't ignore. And if you're really absorbing this, if it's burning in your chest and waking up something ancient inside of you, then you're ready for the final 2 truths in the next part. That's where we seal the deal. That's where we talk about dominance, detachment, and walking away like a king. Because it's not enough to attract her. You need to own yourself so deeply that she never forgets you. 6. Detachment is the deadliest weapon. Because the man who can walk away holds all the power. Let's talk about something men today fear more than death. Losing her. You know what I'm talking about. That sick feeling in your gut when she pulls away, when she takes longer to respond, when she says, I just need space. Most guys panic. They chase, they plead, they try harder. And in doing so, they kill whatever attraction was left. But you're going to do the opposite. You're going to detach, not from emotion, from outcome. You're not heartless, but you're not a slave to her affection either. This is where real men are made. In the silence, in the space between her messages, in the moments when she tests you just to see if you'll crack, and you won't, because you understand that you are the prize. Detachment doesn't mean not caring. It means being centered enough to know that no matter what happens, you'll be fine. And that's when a woman feels the shift. She knows you want her, but you don't need her. You're in control. You're calm. You're unshaken. Look at Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic minds. He said, "He who is brave is free." Freedom is the ability to walk away without your soul collapsing. That's what makes you dangerous in the best way possible. You don't beg. You don't plead. You decide. And women respect a man who can decide, because most men are too damn scared to. You want to attract any woman, even one who isn't interested? Become the man who doesn't flinch when she leaves. You want to change the game completely? Learn to say this and mean it. I want you, but I don't need you. Burn that into your brain. Say it out loud, every day, until it becomes part of you. Because the moment she feels like you'll never chase, she starts chasing you. 7. Dominance isn't aggression. It's presence, certainty, and the ability to command a room without saying a word. Let me tell you something the world is trying to erase from men today. It's okay to be dominant. I'm not talking about being controlling or toxic. I'm talking about embodied strength. The kind of presence that enters a room and everyone feels it. The kind of certainty that makes people pay attention when you speak. Most men today walk around timid, shrinking, apologizing for their masculinity, afraid to take up space, afraid to lead, afraid to be men. But not you, not anymore. Because the truth is, women aren't drawn to nice guys. They're drawn to men who radiate power. Not from ego, but from inner certainty. That means your voice is calm, your posture is strong, your decisions are firm, you're not reactive, you're not looking around for approval. You walk in like you own the moment. And you know what's wild? That kind of presence is rare because it requires deep inner work. It means confronting your fears. It means facing your insecurities, owning them and outgrowing them. It means not folding when life punches you in the mouth. That's real dominance, not fake alpha nonsense, not barking at people. I'm talking about grounded masculinity, the kind women crave but will never admit. You want proof? Look at Gladiator. Maximus didn't need to brag. He didn't need to beg. He earned respect through presence, through action, through quiet, focused rage turned into power. That's the kind of man women dream about. So become that man. The one who doesn't chase, doesn't fold, and doesn't beg. The one who stands tall even when the world's falling apart. The one who leads with strength, speaks with purpose, and walks like a storm in human form. And when you combine all 7 of these truths, you don't need to attract women anymore. They find you. They chase you. They fear losing you. And if a woman still isn't interested, you bless her, you release her, and you get back to your grind. Because this journey, it was never about her. It was always about you. Let me wrap this up with one final truth. You want to live like a king? Start acting like one. Kings don't chase peasants. They build empires. They stand in purpose. They protect their peace. You want to know how to attract any woman, even if she's not interested? Be the kind of man she'd regret not choosing. And then, let her feel the weight of that regret, while you keep building. She'll come around, or she won't, doesn't matter. You've already won, because you remembered who the hell you are. Now hit that subscribe button. Stick with me. We're just getting started, because you weren't born to simp. You were born to lead, to build, to conquer. Now go become unignorable.